Ever notice how, like, just a small act of kindness
Yeah.
can totally shift your mood?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
Those moments that just kind of remind us what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Even in, like, a crazy busy world.
Absolutely.
We've got a whole stack of stories from X,
Oh, wow.
all about human connection.
Awesome.
Acts of kindness,
Helps.
bridging generations, communities coming together.
Great.
Ready to feel your heart warm up a bit?
I am.
Okay, so first up, let's paint a picture.
Okay.
It's a rainy day in New York City.
Right.
You've got a seasoned commuter making their way through the downpour.
Mm-hmm.
And they see a tourist who's clearly, like, totally caught unprepared.
Oh, no.
What happens next?
Well, instead of just rushing by, right?
Right.
This commuter decides to share their umbrella. It's a simple gesture, but the photo on X,
Yeah.
it captures this beautiful moment of connection. You
Yeah.
see, like, genuine laughter
Huh.
and shared relief between these two complete strangers.
And what struck me is how this simple act of kindness
Right.
sparked something so much larger. You know,
Yeah.
others on X started sharing their own stories
Mm-hmm.
of, like,
Mm-hmm.
giving and receiving help.
Yeah.
It just proves how contagious generosity can be, I think.
Totally. It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
One act of kindness inspires another, and suddenly we're all reminded that we're all in this together.
Speaking of connection,
Yeah.
our next story takes us to a Seattle library
Okay.
where an older gentleman has become a bit of a local legend.
Oh, cool.
Every week, he sits down and shares stories with children.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he's not just reading from a book, you know.
Uh-huh.
He's sharing tales from his own life,
Yeah.
his own experiences, passing down wisdom and
Yeah.
history to these kids
Mhm.
who just hang on to his every word.
It's beautiful.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful example of intergenerational connection,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Makes you think about the importance of shared experiences
Mm-hmm.
and how we can all learn from each other, no
Yeah.
matter our age.
Definitely. And it raises an interesting question.
Okay.
Could this kind of storytelling
Hmm.
be a model for combating social isolation,
Oh, it's interesting.
especially, among seniors?
Right.
Imagine the possibilities if we created more spaces
Yeah,
where different generations could connect and share their stories.
that's a great point.
It is.
Okay, let's shift gears and head down to Los Angeles
Okay.
for a story about a food truck owner who's doing something pretty incredible for their community.
Right.
One day a month,
Mm-hmm.
they dedicate their entire operation
Wow.
to serving free meals to people experiencing homelessness.
That's incredible.
And the photo that accompanied this story on X is just so powerful.
Oh, wow.
You see this diverse group of people gathered around the food truck,
Yeah.
and their faces are just lit up with smiles.
Oh,
It's a beautiful image of dignity and shared humanity.
absolutely.
It's more than just food.
Yeah.
It's so much more.
It's about recognizing that everyone deserves to be treated with kindness and respect,
Yeah.
regardless of their circumstances.
Totally.
And what's truly inspiring is that this food truck owner's initiative
Right.
has sparked a movement.
Amazing.
Other food vendors and local businesses
Mhm.
have been inspired to join in, creating this network of support that extends far beyond one food truck.
That's amazing.
It's amazing how one person's vision can create such a ripple effect
It is.
of generosity.
It is.
Get ready for this next one.
Okay.
It's about a 7-year-old girl named Lily from Oklahoma
All right.
who had a birthday wish that went viral.
Oh, wow.
This is a great example of how even the youngest among us can inspire
Yeah.
incredible acts of kindness
I love that.
for her birthday instead of asking for toys or presents.
Right.
Lily wanted birthday cards,
Oh.
but not for herself.
Wow.
She wanted to collect cards and donate them to children in foster care. What an incredible gesture.
It is.
It is.
It highlights the importance of acknowledging and supporting vulnerable populations,
Absolutely.
especially children who might be feeling overlooked
Yeah.
or forgotten.
Yeah.
And the response was just overwhelming.
Wow.
Lily received over 3,000 cards from people all over the country.
That's amazing.
Imagine the impact those messages of love and encouragement had on those kids.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Now, let's transport ourselves to a bustling cafe in Boston
Okay.
for a story about the quiet power of simply being present for someone.
Interesting.
This story really touched me because it's a reminder that sometimes
Yeah.
the most profound acts of kindness
Right.
don't require grand gestures or eloquent words.
Right.
Picture this. A crowded cafe,
Okay.
an elderly woman sitting alone,
Mm-hmm.
and a stranger who chooses to do something incredibly simple but meaningful
Okay.
instead of just walking by.
Right.
The stranger asked if they could sit with her. No big conversations,
Wow.
no forced interactions,
Yeah.
just quiet companionship.
That's so powerful.
And that simple act of kindness turned into a weekly ritual.
Wow.
The two started sharing stories,
Oh, wow.
and a beautiful friendship blossomed from this moment of quiet connection.
That's amazing.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the best way to show someone you care
Yeah.
is to simply be there for them,
Right.
to offer a listening ear,
Yeah.
and to acknowledge their presence.
Mm-hmm.
It's about recognizing the value of human connection in its purest form.
I love that.
All right, get ready for a story about a real-life superhero.
Okay.
An electrician named Mike in Chicago
All right.
who saw a plea for help on X that he couldn't ignore.
Oh, wow.
This story is a wonderful example of someone using their skills and resources to uplift someone in need.
Yeah, definitely.
A single mom was struggling with a broken washing machine
Uh-oh.
and feeling completely overwhelmed.
Oh, no.
Mike saw her post and, without hesitation,
Wow.
offered to fix it for free.
That's amazing.
He saw someone struggling and stepped up to help,
Wow.
relieving a huge burden for this mother.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful example of community in action.
it is.
And the amazing part is that Mike's act of generosity sparked a chain reaction.
Oh, wow.
Other skilled individuals in the community were inspired to offer their services, creating a network of support
Yeah,
where people could help each other out.
that's beautiful.
It's amazing how one person's willingness to help
Absolutely.
can inspire others to do the same,
Yeah.
creating this ripple effect of
Ah.
kindness and compassion
Mm,
throughout an entire community.
it's really powerful.
Let's take a trip to the musical streets of New Orleans
Oh, yeah.
for a story about the power of music,
All right.
generosity, and the interconnectedness of community.
I love that.
This one really highlights how art and human connection
Right.
can intersect to create something truly special. There's this street musician named Louis
Okay.
who pours his heart into his music every day,
Oh.
but his guitar was old
Mm.
and worn out.
Oh, no.
The strings were barely holding a tune.
Oh,
One day,
yeah.
a stranger noticed Louis
Okay.
and his struggling instrument
Yeah.
and decided to do something truly extraordinary.
What did they do?
They gifted Louis a brand new guitar.
Wow.
The moment was captured on video
Oh,
and went viral on X.
nice.
The look of pure joy and surprise on Louis's face
Yeah.
is just priceless.
I bet.
It's a beautiful example of the giving spirit, isn't it?
It is.
Someone saw a need and stepped up to fill it.
Yeah.
And in doing so,
Yeah.
they not only helped Louis,
Right.
but also touched the hearts of countless people who saw the video.
Absolutely. And the impact went far beyond
Yeah.
that one act of kindness.
I know, right?
The story inspired a movement to
Yeah.
support local musicians in New Orleans.
Amazing.
People started donating instruments and even setting up performance spaces.
That's incredible.
It's a testament to the power of one act of kindness to create a ripple effect
Yeah.
of generosity and support
Right.
throughout a community.
Our next stop takes us to Denver,
Okay.
where a neglected lot was transformed into something truly special,
Oh, cool.
thanks to the power of community.
I love that.
This story is a great example of what can happen when people come together
Right.
with a shared vision to create something positive and impactful.
Absolutely.
A group of residents got together
Mm-hmm.
and decided to turn this empty space
Yeah.
into a thriving community garden.
Oh.
It became a place where people of all ages could come together to plant seeds,
Uh-huh.
share knowledge,
That's
and
great.
build connections.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It is.
It's a beautiful example of how a shared project
Mm-hmm.
can revitalize a space and foster a sense of community.
Absolutely.
And it highlights the importance of connecting with nature
Yeah.
and with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the best part.
Okay.
The garden was designed to be accessible to everyone.
Oh,
No one was turned away,
wow.
and everyone was welcome to harvest what they needed.
That's awesome.
It's a wonderful example of community sharing and support.
It really speaks to the idea that we're all in this together
Totally.
and that we can achieve great things
Mm-hmm.
when we work together
Yeah,
towards a common goal.
absolutely.
Our next story takes us to a coffee shop in San Francisco,
Okay.
where a barista named Zara
All right.
had a unique way of brightening people's day.
Oh, Whew.
This story is a lovely reminder that sometimes the smallest gestures can have the biggest impact.
Definitely.
With every cup of coffee she served, Sarah would write a positive affirmation on the cup. Simple messages like, "You got this," or "You are amazing."
That's so sweet.
It's such a simple but thoughtful gesture.
It is.
Those little messages could totally shift someone's mood and start their day on a positive note.
Yeah.
Imagine getting your morning coffee with a side of encouragement.
I love that.
It's like a little boost of positivity to fuel your day.
It is.
And the amazing thing is that Sarah's little act of kindness caught on.
Oh, wow.
People started sharing photos of their cups on X.
That's great.
And soon, other coffee shops were doing the same thing.
Awesome.
It's proof that kindness is contagious.
It is. It's a ripple effect of positivity.
It is.
And it all started with one barista who decided to spread a little bit of sunshine with each cup of coffee.
All right, get your tissues ready for this last story.
Okay.
Because it's guaranteed to warm your heart.
All right.
We're heading back to an airport.
Okay.
But this time it's for a reunion that's pure magic.
Oh.
This story is about the powerful bond between humans and animals and the pure, unadulterated joy they bring to each other's lives.
I love that.
A soldier was returning home from deployment.
Okay.
And waiting for him at the arrival gate was his dog.
Oh.
And let me tell you, the moment those two saw each other, well, let's just say there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Oh, I bet.
The dog went absolutely wild with excitement, jumping, wagging its tail, and practically knocking the soldier over with love. The soldier dropped to his knees, and they embraced in this hug.
I love that.
That captured the hearts of everyone who saw it.
I bet.
The photo went viral on X,
of course,
reminding us of the pure and simple beauty of this special bond.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful reminder that love transcends species.
Absolutely.
And that the connection between humans and animals can be incredibly profound.
It's so true.
Well, there you have it.
Wow.
10 incredible stories from X that remind us of the power of human connection and the importance of kindness
in
a world that often feels divided.
Right.
But don't worry, we're not done yet.
Okay.
We'll be right back to unpack some of the key themes and takeaways from these heartwarming stories.
Sounds great. It's remarkable how these seemingly random moments captured on X weave together such a beautiful tapestry of human kindness.
Isn't it amazing? It's like we took a global snapshot of empathy and compassion in action. And what strikes me is the sheer diversity of these acts of kindness.
Right.
We saw everything from sharing an umbrella on a rainy day to donating thousands of birthday cards to simply offering quiet companionship.
Exactly. It shows us that kindness isn't limited to grand gestures or heroic feats. It can be found in the smallest, most everyday moments. It's about those little sparks of humanity that just brighten our day and remind us that we're all connected.
And speaking of connection, remember that story about the food truck owner in LA?
Oh, yeah.
Their dedication to providing free meals sparked a movement.
It did.
Inspiring other businesses to join in and creating a network of support for those in need.
It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. The initial act creates these ever-expanding circles of impact. And that's what we see with so many of these stories. They inspire others to act, creating a chain reaction of generosity and compassion.
It makes you realize that even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond what we can imagine.
Totally. But, it's not just about the people performing these acts of kindness. It's also about how these stories make us, the audience, feel. Why do we care so much about these heartwarming stories?
That's a great question. I think it's because they tap into our fundamental need for hope and connection.
Absolutely.
In a world that can often feel chaotic and divided. These stories remind us that there's still good in the world. They restore our faith in humanity and remind us that we're not alone.
It's like a much-needed dose of optimism.
It is.
Especially when we're constantly bombarded with negative news. These stories remind us that there's beauty and love to be found.
Even in the most unexpected places.
And they serve as a call to action.
They do?
They challenge us to look for opportunities to make a difference in our own communities.
Absolutely.
No matter how big or small.
Like Sarah the barista in San Francisco.
Right.
Who wrote those positive affirmations on coffee cups.
Such a simple act.
Yeah.
But it probably brightened the day of so many people.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, to spread a little bit of joy and kindness, even in the most ordinary interactions.
So we've talked about the diversity of kind acts, their ripple effects, and how they make us feel.
Yeah.
But there's another theme that really stands out to me.
Okay, what's that?
The power of connection.
Absolutely.
Whether it's connecting with a stranger, bridging the generation gap, or strengthening community bonds.
Right.
These stories highlight the essential human need for connection.
It is essential.
We all crave a sense of belonging.
Of knowing that we're part of something larger than ourselves.
Absolutely. And remember that story about the soldier reuniting with his dog at the airport?
Oh, I know, right?
That one really got to me.
Me too.
It just goes to show that connection can take many forms, and it's essential for our well-being.
It is.
It's a beautiful reminder that love and companionship can come from the most unexpected sources.
Right.
And that those bonds can be incredibly powerful.
As I was reading through these stories, I couldn't help but notice how many of them involved overcoming some kind of challenge or adversity.
That's true.
The single mom in Chicago struggling with a broken washing machine.
All right.
The elderly man in Seattle finding purpose in sharing his stories. The food truck owner in LA working to combat homelessness.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
It's as if compassion and generosity are amplified.
Right.
When we witness or experience struggle, it's in those moments of difficulty that we see the best of humanity shine through.
It's like those challenges bring people together, creating a sense of unity and shared purpose.
Totally.
We see people stepping up, offering support, and reminding each other that they're not alone.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there's always hope.
Right.
And the potential for human connection to shine through.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and our capacity for love and empathy, even in the toughest of times.
So we've talked about the diversity of kind acts, the ripple effects, the power of connection, and the resilience of the human spirit. But there's one more aspect of these stories that I want to touch on before we wrap up this deep dive.
Okay, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
What is it?
It's the emotional impact these stories have on us.
Right.
As we were going through them.
Yeah.
I felt myself getting choked up, smiling, and feeling this sense of warmth spreading through me. It's like these stories tapped into something deep within us.
Absolutely.
Reminding us of our shared humanity and the power of compassion.
You're absolutely right. These stories aren't just informational. They evoke a range of emotions. Joy, gratitude, empathy, and even a touch of sadness at times. They remind us of what it means to be human and to experience the world through the lens of compassion.
They're like little reminders of the beauty that can be found in even the most ordinary moments.
Absolutely.
If we just open our hearts and minds to it.
And that's such a powerful message to carry with us as we navigate the complexities of daily life.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from these stories.
Okay.
What message do you hope our listeners will carry with them?
For me, the most important takeaway is that kindness is contagious. It has the power to inspire, to heal, and to create a more connected and compassionate world. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't require grand gestures or heroic efforts. It can be found in the smallest, most everyday actions. So I hope our listeners will be inspired to look for opportunities to spread kindness in their own lives, however big or small.
That's beautifully said. And you know what? I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen.
I think so too.
These stories have a way of staying with you. Planting seeds of hope and inspiration that blossom into action.
I agree. And that's what makes these deep dives so rewarding. We get to explore these fascinating stories, unpack their deeper meaning, and hopefully inspire our listeners to make a positive impact on the world.
It's like we've been on this journey together, exploring the different facets of human connection through these stories.
And it all started with those snapshots of life from X. It's a reminder that even in like a digital world, where we're often bombarded with negativity and division, there are these pockets of hope and connection emerging all the time.
It's fascinating how these stories, which originated on X, have transcended that platform and touched so many people.
Absolutely.
They've sparked conversations, inspired reflection, and hopefully even ignited some real-world acts of kindness.
It's a testament to the power of storytelling, isn't it? How like a simple anecdote shared online, can resonate with others on such a deep level and create a ripple effect that extends far beyond the screen.
It makes you realize that even though we might be physically separated,
Right.
we're all connected by our shared humanity.
Yeah.
Our capacity for empathy and our desire for connection.
And that's a really powerful realization.
It is.
Especially in a world that can often feel isolating and disconnected.
So as we wrap up this heartwarming deep dive,
I
want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
Remember those stories we shared today? Remember the power of kindness.
Absolutely. The importance of connection.
Yes.
And the resilience of the human spirit.
I love that.
Let those stories inspire you to look for opportunities to spread kindness in your own life.
Yeah.
To connect with others in meaningful ways. And to believe in the power of human goodness, even in the face of adversity.
It's so important.
Because even the smallest act of kindness can have a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
Creating a more compassionate and connected world for all of us.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
It's been a pleasure diving into these heartwarming stories with you.